Hello and welcome to Fast and Factual on Firstpost, where we get you the top 50 stories from around the world. I'm Alison Lagrange, coming to you live from Durban, South Africa. Let's begin. In our top stories, the Israeli military has confirmed the death of Hamas's military wing head, Mohammed Deif. Now, he was killed in an Israeli airstrike in Gaza's Khan Yunis on the 13th of July. Today's confirmation follows an intelligence assessment by Israel. Deif is believed to have been one of the masterminds of Hamas's October 7 attack. Hezbollah has confirmed the death of its top commander, Fouad Shukr. Now, his body was found in the rubble of yesterday's Israeli strike in Lebanon's capital, Beirut. The airstrike also killed 5 people. It was in retaliation for a rocket attack in the occupied Golan Heights area that killed 12 children last week. Israel blamed Hezbollah for the attack, which the group has denied. Amid tensions, Australia has asked its citizens in Lebanon to leave immediately. Foreign Minister Penny Wong has said that the security situation in the region could deteriorate quickly with little or no notice. She has warned that Beirut airport could shut down completely if the situation worsens. About 15,000 Australians live in Lebanon. Meanwhile, the Indian embassy in Beirut has also issued an advisory. The embassy has asked Indian nationals to avoid any non-essential travel to Lebanon. It has recommended that those living in the country limit their movements and stay in contact with the embassy. Hezbollah is mourning the death of top commander Fouad Shukr. Now, the group has called the commander a major symbol of the resistance against Israel. Shukr's body will be buried today. Hezbollah leader Hassan Nasrallah is scheduled to speak at the funeral. Iran's supreme leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei has reportedly ordered retaliatory strikes on Israel. The order follows the killing of Hamas chief Ismail Haniyeh in Tehran. Khamenei has allegedly asked Iranian forces to plan an attack and prepare defenses for a possible retaliation from the US and Israel. According to reports, Iran is mulling drone and missile strikes on Tel Aviv and Haifa and coordinated attacks from multiple fronts, including Iran, Yemen, Syria, and Iraq. Iran held a funeral procession for Hamas political chief Ismail Haniyeh in Tehran today. The prayer was led by Iran's supreme leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei. Now, massive crowds gathered on the streets of Tehran to take part in Haniyeh's funeral. Hamas leader Ismail Haniyeh was directly hit by a missile, confirms a senior Hamas official named Khalil al-Hayya. In a press briefing, al-Hayya cited witnesses who were with Haniyeh during the strike. He said that the impact of the attack destroyed the windows, doors, and walls of Haniyeh's room. Brazil has strongly condemned the killing of Hamas leader Ismail Haniyeh and have labeled it a murder. Brazil's foreign ministry issued a statement calling for global efforts to prevent West Asia from sinking into a wider conflict. The ministry also added that these acts of violence will hinder the possibilities of a political situation to the conflict in Gaza. Indonesian President Joko Widodo has condemned the killing of Hamas leader Ismail Haniyeh. He said, and I quote, "That was violence, a murder that is intolerable and took place in the sovereign area of Iran." Ismail Haniyeh's killing has left Hamas scrambling to find a new leader. The group is likely to pick senior member Khaled Mashal as its new chief. Other contenders include Khalil al-Hayya, who is also a senior Hamas official. Thousands of pro-Palestinian protesters hit the streets in Turkey's Istanbul after the killing of Hamas leader Ismail Haniyeh in Tehran. Similar protests were witnessed in Jordan near the Israeli embassy. Meanwhile, in the North African nation of Tunisia, protesters were seen carrying Palestinian flags and chanting pro-Palestinian slogans. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has warned against attacks on Israel. He said that Israel will exact a heavy price if attacked. He added that Israel has delivered crushing blows to Iran's proxies over the past few days, which includes Hamas, Hezbollah, and Houthis. The U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken has urged all parties in West Asia to stop escalatory actions and achieve a ceasefire in Gaza. Blinken added that tensions in the region have grown exponentially and that he cannot predict the fallout from Haniyeh's killing. The United Nations Security Council member countries have called for more diplomatic efforts to avert a wider conflict in West Asia. Japan's deputy representative to the UN has said that the region is on the brink of an all-out war. Meanwhile, China, Russia, Algeria, and other UNSC members have condemned the killing of Hamas leader Ismail Haniyeh. The US, the UK, and France have raised concerns over destabilizing actors in the region that they claim are supported by Iran. Former US President Donald Trump has attacked Vice President Kamala Harris over her racial identity. Trump said that Harris would always promote her Indian heritage. He suggested that the US Vice President has decided to turn black for political gain. US Vice President Kamala Harris has slammed Trump for his remarks. Harris has said that Trump's comments were the same old show of divisiveness and disrespect. She responded to Trump's comments by saying that the American people deserve better. Harris also said that the U.S. deserves a president who understands that our differences do not divide us. The White House has also reacted to Trump's remarks on Kamala Harris. The White House press secretary, Karine Jean-Pierre, has said that Trump's comments were insulting. She said that what Trump said is repulsive. Meanwhile, Trump's running mate, J.D. Vance, has also attacked Kamala Harris. During a rally in Glendale, California, Vance called the U.S. Vice President a phony and a San Francisco liberal. Vance said, and I quote, "It's time to tell Kamala Harris, you're fired." Meanwhile, Kamala Harris is being trolled for faking a Southern accent during a campaign rally in Georgia. The Democratic Party's presumptive presidential candidate used the accent in a rally in the city of Atlanta. Some netizens have called her cringe. One user said that it's never good when someone does a fake Southern accent. And according to the U.S. Director of National Intelligence, the Cuban government is working to influence the 2024 presidential election. Cuba is reportedly attempting to influence local races in the state of Florida. According to the American reports, the Cuban government's operations are focused on supporting candidates that have a favorable outlook toward the Caribbean nation's communist regime. In India's capital city of New Delhi, incessant rainfall brought life to a standstill. A woman and her son died after drowning in a waterlogged drain in Delhi. Meanwhile, heavy rainfall also impacted National Capital Region, or the NCR. 3 people in the city of Gurgaon died of electrocution. At least 2 were reported dead in Greater Noida after a wall collapsed. The Indian Meteorological Department has issued a red alert for heavy rainfall in Delhi and its nearby regions. This after some areas recorded over 100 millimeters of rain in a span of a few hours. Officials predict rainfall to continue until the 5th of August. As a result of the heavy downpour, several areas in Delhi and nearby cities witnessed waterlogging. Key roads and underpasses were filled with water, and commuters crawled in hours-long traffic jams. At least 10 flights were diverted from Delhi to Jaipur, Amritsar, and Lucknow due to the severe weather. Due to the continuous rainfall that has battered Delhi and its adjoining areas, the government has announced that all schools will remain closed until the weekend. Officials also advise people to stay indoors for their own safety. And in other climate news, in Pakistan's cultural capital Lahore, record rainfall has triggered flooding in various neighborhoods. According to reports, the severe weather condition killed one person. The latest spell of rain was so intense that it caused water to enter houses and hospitals. According to the National Disaster Management Agency, the downpour is expected to continue for a week. Cloudbursts have occurred in the northern Indian state of Himachal Pradesh. At least 2 people have died and over 50 are reportedly missing. Multiple cloudbursts have caused severe disruption in the districts of Shimla, Mandi and Kulu. The Chief Minister of Himachal Pradesh says that rescue operations are underway. Amid a grieving situation in southern Indian state of Kerala, at least 200 people have died due to landslides in the Wayanad district. Over 200 people are reportedly missing. Meanwhile, U.S. State Department and Russian President Vladimir Putin have expressed sorrow over the situation. Firefighters battled raging wildfires in North Macedonia for the 3rd day. Meanwhile, locals used hand pumps and firefighting kits to control the flames around their towns. Earlier this week, wildfire burned several houses, which killed at least one person. In Spain, the city of Barcelona witnessed scorching temperatures yesterday. According to local authorities, the mercury touched 40 degrees Celsius, setting a new record. It surpassed the previous record of 39.8 degrees Celsius set on the 6th of July 1982. Spain is currently grappling with the 3rd heatwave of the summer. And on to business and tech news, the U.S. Federal Reserve has once again decided to keep its interest rate unchanged. However, the U.S. Central Bank noted that the country has been making progress in reaching its inflation target. The Federal Reserve Chairman, Jerome Powell, said that they might cut rates in September if consumer prices continue to decline. American plane maker Boeing has named Robert Kelly Ortberg as its next CEO. Ortberg is an aerospace industry veteran. He previously led the aviation communications and electronics supplier Rockwell Collins. He will take over Boeing's top job in August. Ortberg will replace Dave Calhoun, who has stepped down amid scrutiny over Boeing's jet quality. Entertainment giant Walt Disney is reportedly laying off about 140 employees. This is about 2% of the firm's total workforce. The job cuts will primarily affect Disney's television business. According to reports, National Geographic will lay off about 60 employees. Meanwhile, Freeform and some other local television stations will also face job cuts. American cybersecurity firm CrowdStrike is being sued by its shareholders. The lawsuit concerns the Microsoft system outage last month that affected over 8.5 million devices globally. The disruption was caused by a system update from CrowdStrike. The firm's shareholders claim that CrowdStrike made false and misleading statements about the update. A ransomware attack has targeted Indian banking technology provider Sea-Edge Technologies. The attack has disrupted digital payment systems at nearly 300 regional and rural banks in India. It has affected services like withdrawing cash at ATMs and using India's mobile payment system UPI. And in sports news, Indian shooter Swapnil Khosale won the bronze medal in the 50-meter rifle 3 positions event at the 2024 Paris Olympics. The first position was secured by China, followed by Ukraine. This is India's 3rd Olympic medal this year. Meanwhile, India's Lakshya Sen has reached the round of 16 in the badminton men's singles event. He beat world number 4 Jonathan Christie of Indonesia 21-18, 21-12. Sen pulled off the incredible victory in 50 minutes. He is set to face his compatriot HS Pranoy in the pre-quarter final. Two-time Olympic medalist PV Sindhu of India has stormed into the round of 16 in the badminton women's singles at the Paris Games. She comfortably defeated Estonia's Cuba 21-5, 21-10 in the group match. Sindhu will next face China's He Bingjiao in the pre-quarterfinal. And over to men's doubles tennis. Spain's 22-time Grand Slam champion Rafael Nadal bowed out of the Paris Olympics. His campaign came to an end after he lost in the quarterfinal. Nadal paired up with Carlos Alcaraz and the duo were up against USA. The Spaniards lost 6-2, 6-4 to their American counterparts. Moving to tennis singles, Serbia's Novak Djokovic reached the quarterfinal at the Paris Olympics. He defeated Germany's Dominik Kupfer 7-5, 6-3 in straight sets. Djokovic's next opponent is world number 11, Stefanos Tsitsipas of Greece. And in athletics, Britain's Alex Yee secured a dramatic gold in the men's triathlon event. He overtook New Zealand's Hayden Wilds in the final kilometre. Britain managed to close a 14-second gap during the last lap of the run. And one of the Olympics' biggest events begins today. The track and field events are considered the highlight of every Olympic Games. It consists of a collection of athletic contests based on running, jumping and throwing disciplines. The first competition will be the men's and women's 20-kilometre race walks. And over to football at the Olympics. Canada's women's team has reached the quarterfinal stage. They secured a 1-0 victory over Colombia. The Canadian women made it to the last 8 despite being handed a points reduction by FIFA. The team was punished for filming an opponent team's practice session using drones. Canada will next face Germany. And the Olympic surfing event in Tahiti was cancelled yesterday due to challenging conditions caused by a recent storm. The organisers plan to resume competition today, starting with the women's round 3 before holding the quarter-final event. On Monday, Tahiti had provided some of the best conditions ever for the men's round 3. However, strong winds disrupted the event lineup on Tuesday, continuing into Wednesday. A 51-year-old Turkish shooter at the Paris Olympics has become the newest internet sensation. His name is Yusuf Dikec, and now he clinched a silver medal in the mixed 50-meter pistol event. Shooters typically wear specialized glasses and ear protectors for precision, but Dikec stepped onto the shooting range without wearing any gear and stole the show. In entertainment news, American actor and comedian Maya Rudolph will be playing the role of Kamala Harris on Saturday Night Live. She will be in the character through the 2024 U.S. presidential election. Rudolph was previously won an Emmy Award for playing Harris on screen. The Season 2 finale of House of the Dragon has leaked online. The makers issued a statement that clips were unintentionally posted. HBO is now trying to delete all of the content that is going viral on various social media platforms. And filmmaker James Gunn has wrapped up the shoot of Superman, which will release next year. He penned an emotional note on social media, thanking all the people who made it possible. The new Superman film will feature David Corenswet in the lead role. And streaming giant Netflix has set the premiere date of Squid Game Season 2. The show's teaser revealed that the episodes will start streaming from the 26th of December this year. The makers also announced that the show has been renewed for a third and final season. The final season will premiere next year. And according to reports, Jennifer Lopez and Ben Affleck have signed their divorce papers. However, they are yet to file it in a court. The couple is likely to make a joint statement soon, announcing the end of their journey together. And that's all we have on this episode of Fast and Factual. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned to Firstpost.